Hi guys, Marcus here at Mooloolaba Music, and today we are showing the brand new Fender American Ultra II. These are getting launched as of today, so they are now available in store and ready to order as well. So American Ultra II, obviously they have made a new version of the very popular American Ultra, which is one of their top tier offerings from the American facility for Fender. So let's get into it and have a look at these two. So in my hand is the American Ultra II Telecaster, obviously. Now they've got some pretty awesome head-turning colors, so all new colors that they've done in the American Ultra II series. This particular one is called Sinister Red, and it's, I'd say, just as in Fender tradition, it's inspired by probably some of the modern classy guitar cars of today. Next to me in the Stratocaster, this sparkly metallic one is called Solar Flare. It's a beautiful sort of metallic yellowy gold color. And the pick guards are like a black anodized pick guard, which is a really cool sort of look, and it's something new for them. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the features and what's going to be new and what they've kept from the American Ultra. Okay, I'm going to go up to the headstock here. So, locking tuners, fantastic. Great Fender locking tuners. Everyone's happy with those. Now these are they're a short tuner, so when the string's going through the nut, you're actually getting a good angle coming over that nut. So they're low, so less need for a string tree on some of the lower tuned strings. We still have our nice little American Ultra style string tee on the high strings there. Now the nut. Changed the nut on the American Ultra II, so now they're coming with a tusk nut in there. Fantastic, get all the fantastic tone that we know that Tusk puts out, but obviously being a little bit more responsible. So they're moving on to the neck. These are actually a fantastic feeling neck. There's a lot to this. One of the upgrades that they've done on the American Ultra II is they now have a quarter sawn neck. So what that means, if you don't know, you may have heard that before. So cutting the timber straighter down when you're slicing that piece of wood out, and the way you're cutting that, so we are getting a straighter grain, which means we've got increased stability in this neck here. It is a more expensive way to make a neck because you can make less necks out of that. So that is a really great upgrade, something you would normally see you could pick when you were maybe getting a custom shop guitar. Would be one of the things that you could pick and go, yep, tick, that's what I want. Well, it's available on this. So that is an upgrade that they have done from the previous model of the American Ultras. Now the neck profile, really comfortable. It's the Modern D, which they introduced on the American Ultra, the first series. So really comfortable. It was a new take of the Modern C. It's just a little bit flatter right in the center as it's coming around on the shape on the back. I find it really comfortable. It's great. The fretboard, now the radius of the fretboard, this is a compound radius, starting at 10 inch going to 14. 10 to 14 inch compound radius. What does that mean? Well, basically what that means is it's flattening out. As you're getting to that 14 inch up here, we're flattening out a little bit more. So if you like to do your bends, that means that the frets aren't as curved, so you can get your action a little bit lower. So if you're a low action player and you do big bends, hey, this is going to benefit you. Even if you're not, you're going to find it really comfortable. And even the 10 inch down here, really comfortable as well. You may know the American Professionals are a 9.5 inch radius, so this has just got that little bit more flatter and just flattens out as it goes up here. Really cool feature that they've added in there. Now, another thing that they've added onto the American Ultra IIs is the side little dot markers here. So the side ones that you're seeing as the player, these glow. So reacting to light, you'll be able to see them in, on a dark stage, low light. Pretty cool. It's actually, it may seem a little bit sort of over the top, but it's actually a really cool feature, and it doesn't stand out too much when you're just looking at the guitar, but as a player, it's enough that you can see that. I actually really like that feature. It's something quite cool. Down to the body. Now the contours on the body, they refer to as the American Ultra contours. So we've got some sort of way, I guess, familiar contours with this one's got the belly cut. Now we have the arm here as well, like brought over obviously from the Stratocaster. If we turn it over, this little bit in here as we're coming into the cutaway, that is super comfortable, just the way that they've curved that contour in there. We also have a nice contoured neck heel, so smoothing around as it's joining the neck, and it's also contoured this way as well, away from the body, so it's slimming out as it gets towards the neck. Really comfortable everywhere, so from the forearm to the belly cut, or for me right now it's the rib cage cut, and then my hand here in the cutaway. Now, look at the electronics in here. We've got a new generation of pickups that they've made for the American Ultra IIs. So these are the American Ultra II noiseless vintage Strat and Telecaster pickups. So they're a nice vintage voicing, but part of the noiseless series, so we're not getting all our hum that you might have to put up with generally with a vintage pickup. Pairing that with some great electronics in here. So on the Telecaster, we've got the three-way switch, which if you can see is actually on a bit of an angle. So in the bridge position, it's down, not just back, but down, and then going forward and up. I actually quite like that. It's quite comfy, especially when you might be playing with a strap on. Playing the Strat with a strap on. It's a cool little feature that they've added. Now we have an S1 switch. Now we are familiar with Fender doing the S1 switch in a few other models, including the American Ultra previously. What it's wired up to do in this one. So we have our normal three-way switching. When we press that S1 switch, it now turns the pickups on together, but instead of being in parallel, they are now in series. So they're feeding into each other. It's going to give you a very different sound. So it doesn't matter which position you were in, it's turning both pickups on now in series. So to give you an indication or show you what that's like, I'll just put the two pickups on together, S1 switch off. So we have them on together at the moment, parallel, standard kind of way to wire your pickups. Lots of clarity, all the notes come through, whether it's in a chord or a power chord or whatever. So you're getting a lot of clarity through that. When you're pressing that in, getting a lot more presence to it. It's a great little boost because it's pushing a lot more mid-range and bass response out of that. So that one pickup is now feeding into the other and then heading to the output instead of both pickups being side by side and going to the output independently. So if you didn't know what series and parallel was before and you've heard the terminology, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So the pickups, it's the same pickups, they just wire them together in a different way, and they're going to go to that output and sound very different. So if you're wanting to get a bit more of an edge of breakup or just a bit more meaty humbucker kind of tone from your Fender amplifier or whichever amplifier you choose, great, you can add that in there. So giving you 4 sounds out of the Telecaster. On the Stratocaster next to me, obviously we've got our 5-way switch, traditional 5-way switch in there, get our normal positions. The S1 switch on this one, what it does is it brings in the neck pickup when you are on either the bridge or the middle and bridge together. So positions, what we call position 1 and 2. Position 1, we're on the bridge pickup, press the S1 switch and it brings the neck in so you can get your telly kind of sounds, bridge and neck together. Move to the next position, position 2. If you press that S1 switch in, you've got all 3 pickups in. So you're going to get 7 sounds in total out of the Stratocaster, 4 out of the Telecaster. What feels like on the tone control here, I think we've got a no-load tone control because it kind of slots into a little position and just kind of clicks in just right as I'm hitting 10. And I think it's taking that out. I'd have to check that spec, but it feels like that. And I know it's something that Fender offers as a tone control you can buy. So the bridge here, we've got our solid steel saddles in there, so great for sustain. They're nice and punchy as well. We've got the same here on the Stratocaster, but of course we're on a 2-point synchronized tremolo system. Now the block inside that is a cold rolled steel block, so great for that added sustain. It's an awesome sounding tremolo system. It's just a great sounding bridge, adding a lot to your tone. So that is these guys in a nutshell. They are fantastic guitars. If you like your Fenders and you want a bit more of the modern feel to them, but still our classic look, and of course you can get a classic or a modern sound thanks to this S1 switching, then the American Ultra II is something you should really check out. These two are available in store. They are ours. They are ready to go. So if you're interested in a Sinister Red American Ultra II Telecaster or a Solar Flare in the Stratocaster, then come right in. These two both have maple necks, and I should have mentioned some of the colors are available with an ebony fretboard as well. All right, we hope to hear from you guys real soon. You can drop in, talk to me, talk to any of the guys here, or give us a call, or of course you can reach out to us through our website as well. Hope to see you soon. Thanks, guys.